Hi everyone, this is Terry. Today I'm going to show you how to use the remainder of the Transform Artwork tools in BES4 PowerPack 2. I have recorded separate videos for knockout and overlap, although I'll show you a little bit of that again in this video. If you're not familiar with how to add a design that is an artwork design, choose Add Design. There are 3 different categories that are artwork that were added to the software. I'll use the artwork cut shapes for this. All I have to do is to select a shape and draw it on the screen. Once I've drawn that shape, I can select it and I can right click to copy and right click to paste. It'll paste it on top of the last object. All I need to do is move it to the side and I can recolor it. I'm not going to use these 2 pieces, so I'll select them by holding down the Shift key and press Delete on my keyboard. We'll start out by looking at these top 3 circles. You'll notice I'm drawing a bounding box holding down my left mouse button. I can also select them by selecting the objects in the sequence view. I'll show you that in a moment. We'll go to Arrange. We'll choose Transform Artwork. It remembers the last item that I selected, but if I want to see all the items, I can press the down arrow. We'll choose Weld. Notice the last item that's selected is orange. It will weld everything to the orange color. I'll choose Undo. I'll select these 2 objects that I have down here on the bottom. I have a darker circle that's smaller on top of a larger circle. In this case, I can choose Weld by just clicking on it because it remembers the last thing that I did. You notice that it welds to the largest size. I'll choose Undo. I'll select the items and the 3 circles by holding the Shift key. It will select everything that's between the 2 items that I selected. We'll go back and this time we'll choose Divide. Divide divides those objects. If I pull it away, you'll see that it has sliced up all the pieces of this pie per se and given me those pieces. This is the same as Slice in Cricut Design Space. I'll choose Undo. And we'll choose Divide with the circles, and it will divide to the smallest circle. This time we'll go in and select all of the objects for the 3 larger circles, and we'll choose Remove Overlap. Remove Overlap removes those pieces of those circles that are overlapping one another. I'll choose Undo. We'll look at the 2 smaller circles and we'll remove the overlap, and in this case I cut the center out. You can see that by selecting the center and moving it away. This time we'll choose Minus Front. Minus Front removes everything that's in front of the last layer of the object. I'll choose Undo so you can see that the first layer that's down is the olive green, but the orange is on top of the gold and the gold is on top of the green. If I choose that for this lower object, you'll see that it removed the darker circle that was in the front. Boundary creates a boundary around all the objects. The boundary will be the color of the last object in the sequence. In this case, it created a line, and let me move one of the shapes away. You can see the boundary that it created. We'll create a boundary around the smaller circle, and you can see if I move that away, there's the boundary for it. I'll choose Delete. Clip clips out the portions that are overlapping one another. And if we try it on the smaller circle, you'll notice that nothing happens. Crop crops out everything except the small portions that are intersecting one another. You can see this is the smallest portion of the circles that were stacked on top of one another. The last option is knockout. I have a separate video showing how to create a design with a knockout, but you notice that what it did is removed all of the layers except for the last two layers that were stacked on top of one another. Let's choose undo so you can see that it's going to remove this layer because it's not on top of the green, and it's going to remove the portion of the gold except for that slice that is on top of the green. If we choose knockout for this circle, nothing will happen because it has to be overlapping. If I choose it here and choose knockout, you can see that it knocked out the portion that's overlapping. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe to them and share them with a friend. Thank you for your time today.